Hello everyone, I'm Thais and I'm back on Booktube. I know I said that on my last video that I posted like 10 months ago, but back then I wasn't really feeling motivated to keep filming, and that's why I decided to just stop. But I've been wanting to get back to filming for a few months now, and when I saw that the Booktube-A-Thon was gonna happen this month, I thought that it would be the perfect chance for me to get back. With that being said, now it's time for me to share with you my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. Like I did last year, I decided to choose a book for each of the reading challenges that they announced this year, and the first challenge is to read a book with yellow on the cover. For this one, I'm going to read Charlie Presumed Dead by Anne Heltzel. This is a book that I've had on my bookshelves for nearly a year now, I think, so it's about time I read it. It's also pretty short, so I think it's gonna be good for the Booktube-A-Thon. The next challenge is my favorite one, and it is to read a book only after sunset. For this one, I chose The Drowning Girl by Kaylee R. Kiernan. I decided on this one because it gives off this kind of creepy vibe. The only thing I know about the story is that it's about a schizophrenic girl, and I think that some weird things start happening to her. I don't really know, but I'm just happy going into it blind. The third challenge is to read a book you discovered through Booktube. I had a lot of possible options for this one, but I decided to go with In Real Life by Cory Doctorow and Jen Wong. I think I first saw it at Just the Reader's channel, but I've seen it on a lot of people's channels since then, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. Besides, it's a graphic novel, so you know, it's pretty short, it's gonna be quick to read, and that's great for a readathon. Challenge number 4 is to read a book by your favorite author, and for this one I chose The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I read Vicious by her during last year's Booktube-A-Thon, and I absolutely loved it. It was really quick to read, so I'm sure it's going to be the same with The Archived. It's also a book that I've been wanting to read for ages because I feel like I'm the last person on Booktube to read this, and I've heard so many amazing things about it. I've loved every single book by V. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab in this case, that I've read so far, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. The next challenge is to read a book that's older than you. This one was so difficult for me to choose. I'm 21, so I had to choose something that's at least 22, but the only books that I have unread on my bookshelves that are that old are Brazilian classics, and I'm not a fan of Brazilian classics, so I didn't want to pick one of them. In the end, I decided to go with The One I Love by Clamp. This is a manga and it started being published in 1990, so that makes it 26. So that fits the challenge, and since it's a manga and it's pretty short, it's going to be really quick to read and great for the readathon. The next challenge is to read and watch a book-to-movie adaptation. Now the thing with this challenge was that out of all the books that I own that have movie adaptations, there was not one that I hadn't read already. So I decided to go with a manga. I asked a friend for recommendations and she said I should read and watch 5 centimeters per second by Makoto Shinkai. I actually have no idea what it is about, but since she said it was great and it was heartbreaking, I think it's going to be a good choice. And even though it was actually a movie first and then it was adapted into a manga, I think it still counts for the challenge, right? Last is the classic Booktube-A-Thon reading challenge, and that is to read 7 books. For this one, I'm going to add Cemitério de Dragões by Rafael Dracon to my TBR pile. This is a book that was already on my TBR for another readathon that's taking place during the entire month of July, and since I was already going to have to read it during the Booktube-A-Thon week, I decided to just include it on this TBR because then I wouldn't have to read like 8 books in a week. Okay, so this is my final TBR pile plus 5 centimeters per second, which is not here because I'm going to read it online. It's quite shorter than the pile I had for last year's Booktube-A-Thon. I think it's going to be easier to read, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem with it. And that's it, guys. Let me know if you're participating in the Booktube-A-Thon as well and what books you're planning to read. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!